Welcome to ABX Reviews. Welcome back everyone. Today we're diving into a packed and emotional episode of iThonga, where family loyalty is tested, secrets threaten to surface, and old business dealings stir up new tensions. It's an episode built on confrontations and heartfelt conversations that leave almost every character at a crossroads. Let's break down the key scenes that made this episode so gripping. Scene 1, the explosive accusation. Lethukul confronts his older brother Lungelo in front of their parents, Themba and Mom Hel. He accuses Lungelo of lying about being in medical school for the past 2 years, claiming he has been skipping classes and spending his time socializing instead. This bombshell leaves the family in shock, with their father furious and their mother caught in the middle, trying to defend Lungelo. Scene analysis. This is the inciting incident for the entire episode. The scene is structured as a classic family intervention that goes terribly wrong. The tension is built through Lethukul's blunt accusations and Lungelo's desperate denials, with the parents representing two different poles of reaction. Character motivation. Lethukul's motivation seems complex. On the surface, he's revealing a truth to protect the family from embarrassment. However, his stubborn refusal to back down even when his mother presents evidence suggests deeper feelings of rivalry or a need to be seen as the truthful child. What deeper issues are being explored? This scene directly tackles the themes of family betrayal and trust. It explores the damage caused when a child is accused of failing to uphold family honor and the devastating impact of such an accusation on the parent-child bond. Scene 2, a mother's defense. Amidst the yelling, Lungelo and Mom Hel passionately defend his academic record. Mom Hel produces documents she says are Lungelo's real semester results, insisting her son has been truthful. Lungelo pleads with his parents, especially his father, to believe him and to let him return to Durban to continue his studies. Character analysis. Mom Hel is portrayed as the protective, nurturing force in the family. She immediately takes her son's side, showing her inherent trust in him. Her action of presenting the results is a direct attempt to restore peace and her son's reputation using tangible proof. Lessons learned. The scene highlights the importance of evidence in conflicts. It also shows that a parent's belief can be a powerful shield for a child, but that belief must sometimes be backed up with facts to convince others. My reaction to the scene. This was a heartbreaking moment. You could feel Mom Hel's desperation to protect her child and Lungelo's frustration at not being believed. It makes you wonder what has happened in this family's past to create such instant doubt in the father. Scene 3, the seeds of doubt. Themba has a private conversation with his daughter Mbali, who is in Durban. He recounts Lethukul's accusation and asks her if there is any way to officially verify Lungelo's university results. Mbali, who has always found Lungelo to be dedicated when looking after her flat, is shocked but agrees to help her father find out the truth. Character motivation. Themba is motivated by a need for certainty. His initial rage has cooled into a determined inquiry. He doesn't want to be fooled and is taking practical steps, showing he is a man who relies on verification over emotion when making serious judgments. How do the characters impact the story? Mbali now becomes a crucial investigator in the main plot. Her position in Durban and her relationship with Lungelo make her the perfect person to uncover the truth, pushing the narrative forward and increasing the suspense. Based on what I've seen, what do I think will happen next? I think Mbali will discover that the situation is more complicated than it seems. Perhaps Lungelo has faced challenges at university that he hid out of shame, but he hasn't completely dropped out. This could lead to a revelation that partially validates both sides. Scene 4, a risky partnership. Themba discusses a potential business deal with Mr. Ntanzi with his brother, Finda. Themba is optimistic, believing Ntanzi is respectful and that they can do business without the troubles of the past. Finda is vehemently opposed, warning that Ntanzi comes from a dishonest family and cannot be trusted. Scene analysis. This scene provides the B-plot of the episode, offering a break from the family drama while introducing a theme of legacy and risk. The dialogue contrasts Themba's hope for a better future with Finda's trauma from the past. Betrayal. Finda's warnings are rooted in a history of perceived betrayal by the Ntanzi family. He fears his brother is walking into a situation where they will be taken advantage of again, which he sees as a betrayal of their family's well-being. Is the story strong, confusing, predictable, surprising? This subplot strengthens the episode by showing the adult siblings dealing with a different kind of conflict. It's not confusing, as it clearly sets up a future risk. It's somewhat predictable that there will be trouble with Ntanzi, but the surprise may lie in how that trouble manifests. Scene 5, Rekindled Feelings. Zama opens up to her friend Mol. She reveals that she recently saw Sanil, the twin brother of her late fiancé, Benelli. Zama confesses that seeing Sanil stirred strong feelings in her that she hasn't felt since Benelli, leaving her confused and emotional. Character analysis: Zama is shown to be still processing her grief. Her attraction to Sanil, who physically reminds her of Benelli, shows how complicated moving on can be. She is self-aware and conflicted, which makes her a sympathetic character. What deeper issues are being explored? This scene deeply explores love, loss, and the ghost of a past relationship. It asks whether love for one person can transfer to another who shares a deep connection, and it touches on the guilt that can come with finding new affection. How are the characters developing? Zama is developing from a figure defined by her past loss into someone tentatively facing a confusing future. Her honesty with Mol shows she is trying to navigate her feelings healthily, rather than ignoring them. Scene 6, A Friend's Advice. Mol listens to Zama's confession and immediately advises her to forget about both Sanil and Benelli. She encourages Zama to focus on meeting someone new and moving forward with her life, reminding her that she is beautiful and can have any man she wants. Lessons learned: the scene presents the classic friend's advice of cutting ties with the past to heal. It teaches that while acknowledging feelings is important, dwelling on a complicated situation can prevent you from finding new happiness. My reaction to the scene: Mol's advice, while practical, felt a bit harsh. She is coming from a place of love and protection, wanting Zama to avoid more heartache. However, it overlooks the unique emotional tangle Zama is in, making her advice feel simplistic for a complex problem. Character motivation: Mol is motivated by a desire to protect her friend from what she sees as a painful and dead-end situation. She believes a clean break is the only way for Zama to be happy again, showing her pragmatic and caring nature. Scene 7, A Plea for Independence. Finder asks his father, Themba, for permission to drive himself to go meet friends. Themba insists that Finder must be driven by someone else, emphasizing that for safety, someone must always know his whereabouts. Finder reluctantly agrees to the condition. Scene analysis: this short scene reinforces the theme of parental control and protection. It shows that even amidst the crisis with Lungelo, Themba maintains his strict, protective role over his younger son, highlighting the family's dynamic. Character motivation: Themba's motivation is pure overprotectiveness, likely amplified by the stress and feeling of betrayal he's experiencing with Lungelo. He is reasserting control where he still can. How do the characters impact the story? This moment reminds us of the family's hierarchical structure and Themba's authoritarian side. It adds another layer to his character, showing that his rigidity isn't only directed at the accused Lungelo but is a general trait. Scene 8, Long-Distance Loneliness. Mbali confides in her friend Thandi back in Durban. She expresses feeling like she is losing her partner, Magabadeli, since he left to deal with his family issues. She feels lonely and sad that he left their home and the life they built together. Betrayal: Mbali feels a subtle sense of betrayal, not by a dishonest act, but by abandonment. Her partner's choice to leave for an extended time, even for family, makes her feel sidelined and unimportant, which is a form of emotional betrayal. Character analysis: this scene reveals Mbali's vulnerable side. Away from her family drama, she is a woman missing her partner and fearing for her relationship. It makes her more relatable and multidimensional, not just the sister investigating her brother. What deeper issues are being explored? It explores the conflict between romantic partnership commitments and family of origin obligations. It asks how couples navigate crises that pull one person back into their family unit, potentially at the expense of their own home. Scene 9, Thandi's bold encouragement. Thandi listens to Mbali's worries and gives her very direct advice. She tells Mbali to get in her car, drive to her partner, and get her man back. She insists that if Mbali needs to return with him to save their relationship, she should do it. Lessons learned: iThonga's advice champions proactive problem solving in relationships. The lesson is that sometimes you can't wait for the other person, you have to take bold action to fight for what you want and clearly communicate your needs. My reaction to the scene: I loved iThonga's energy here. While it was bold, it came from a place of empowering her friend. It was a refreshing shift from passive sadness to a call for action, changing the momentum of Mbali's subplot. Character motivation: iThonga is motivated by loyalty to her friend and a no-nonsense attitude towards love. She sees Mbali's unhappiness and believes direct confrontation is the only solution, reflecting her bold character. Scene 10: A heartfelt reconciliation. In a tender moment, Mbali and her partner Magabadeli reconcile. They both apologize, Mbali for not being supportive of his family needs, and Magabadeli for springing his departure on her without proper discussion. They affirm their love and commitment to face things together from now on. Scene analysis: this is the emotional resolution to Mbali's relationship subplot. The scene is intimate and quiet, focused on dialogue and mutual apology. It provides a counterpoint to the harsh confrontations happening in her family home, showing a healthier way to resolve conflict. How are the characters developing? Both characters show significant development. They move from a place of distance and misunderstanding to one of communication and renewed partnership. They demonstrate the ability to self-reflect, apologize, and recommit, which is a sign of mature growth. Is the story strong, confusing, predictable, surprising? This scene makes the overall story stronger by providing a satisfying, positive resolution to one thread. It was pleasantly surprising to see a conflict resolved through calm communication so quickly in the same episode, offering hope that other family rifts might also be healed.